Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. I have a long-awaited pen that has finally arrived, and this is the Pelikan M200 in the gold marble that I pre-ordered from Atlas Stationers. So this is my first Pelikan pen. I wanted to do a new pen day kind of video, unbox it. First initial thoughts, I haven't even seen this myself yet, so I'm really excited and nervous, I guess, to open it. I will be inking this pen up today as well and doing a writing sample, but let's just open the box because I can't contain myself any longer. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so there's the plastic cardboard box, or I guess paper cardboard box. It does have kind of a little bit of damage on my box, which kind of sucks, but that's all right. Okay, so this pulls out. Oh, how pretty. It's like a little present. That's really nice. Okay. And then, okay, so it feels like the pen is in this, so I'll open that in a second. It has like a little piece of tissue paper. And then this is probably all like the warranty information. Yeah, all the warranty stuff and all the languages. Okay, really nice. I'm gonna stick this back in here. I think it's really cute that they have this in like a little gift kind of wrapping situation. Okay, so the ribbon is attached to the leather or pleather case. That's interesting. It has like this upper pocket right here and then the big pocket down here, which has the pen in it. Really nice little case. That's kind of cool. And I don't think I've ever had a pen company send a little case like this before. And here is the pen. So once out of the plastic, you can already see, wow, look at the gold marble. I'm gonna be honest right now, I'm a bit underwhelmed. I know the M200 is the smallest of the Pelikan pens. I understand that it is also the most affordable of the Pelikan pens, if you even want to call it affordable. This pen retailed, I want to say, for over $200, which is not that affordable, and it doesn't even have a gold nib. From what I understand, all of the gold trim and accents on it is real gold though. Okay, let me see if I can get this off. So this is just the little thing of saying what it is. M200 and fine, gold marbled. I assume that's the German version of that. Let's go ahead and open it up. Wow, only like one turn. That's actually really nice. And here is the nib. It honestly looks really plain. It has the Pelikan stamp on there from what I can see and the F for fine. The feed looks really thick, which is a good sign that it's going to be a well-flowing pen, at least in my experience, but we shall see. Again, I'm feeling a little underwhelmed just from the size of this, and I'll do size comparisons here in a minute, but let me just check the turnings. Okay, so it is a piston filler like it says, and this is a really smooth piston. This is really nice, like very well mechanized. You can see the ink window right here, and the center is kind of like an amber color. I like that it matches the gold and it's not just clear. And then here is the finial. It has the pelican, and then the clip itself is like the beak of a pelican. It's not very, well, springy, it's very stiff. And then there is no bottom finial. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do some size comparisons really quick, and then we will move on to inking this up and doing a writing sample. Okay, so here is the Pelikan M200 next to a Pilot Prera. Here is it next to, here is it next to a Jinhao 82, which I believe is also the same size as a Pro Gear Slim. Here is it next to a Lamy Safari. Here is it next to a 𝗕𝘃𝐵e Eco. And we'll just do, we'll do one more. Here's it next to a Kaweco Sport. So it's definitely on the smaller end of pens. I usually consider my 𝗬𝘗 and my 𝗬𝗵cie to be about standard, if a little bit larger than your standard pen, and the Pelikan is definitely on the smaller size. I'm going to uncap these and compare them next to each other uncapped. Uncapped, they are all pretty different actually. The M200 is a little bit longer than the Pilot Prera and the Jinhao 82. It's not as long as the 𝗦𝗵cie Safari or the 𝗬𝘗. It's kind of in the middle, I would say, of like these two. So I wouldn't consider this super short like the 𝗂𝗃𝗁 or the Prera or the Jinhao 82. It's probably long enough to work in hand unposted, but I'm also going to try these out posted and see how long they are. So if we were to post the shorter pens, I'm not going to post the 𝗦𝗵cie or the 𝗬𝘗 just because they're already long enough. If we post the shorter pens, I would say that the M200 acts probably about the same size as a 𝗬𝘗 and a 𝗦𝗵cie, just because with the posted cap on it, it's still longer than everything else here. Just for comparison, here is what this pen would look like in hand for me, how I would hold it. It does feel kind of awkward and short without anything on the back here. I don't usually grip super high up on the nib. I don't choke the nib or anything. I usually hold it probably more back here, which is where the threads are. So I don't know if that will be a problem for me in long-term writing. That might get uncomfortable, but this is what it looks like unposted. The pen does post very securely, which I can definitely appreciate, especially when I take pens on the go. And then I posted, this is definitely much more comfortable for me to hold, but again, the threads right here where they're sitting is kind of like where I rest my middle finger, so I don't know if that would get annoying over longer writing sessions, but only time will tell with that kind of situation. So now I'm going to go ahead and ink up this pen here. I'm going to be using the ink Kobe 22 𝗏𝘂𝘁𝗏𝗏 Gold. This will be featured in my 30 inks 30 days in July. Yes, I know there's 31 days. I'll showcase that when we get to those, but let me go ahead and ink this up and then we'll do a writing sample. So this is the Pelikan M200 Gold Marble edition in the fine nib. Strokes left to right, up, down feel normal. It doesn't feel like the pen's misaligned at all. It's pretty well flowing. If not, I don't know, I feel like it's not really a fine writer. This feels more of like a medium-sized nib, which is pretty common that I've seen with Pelikan nibs, is that they are a bit more on the western side, so they write a little bit broader. Like I said, this ink is Kobe number 22 𝗏𝘂𝘁𝗏𝗏 Gold, and in terms of writing with it, it feels okay. I'm not wowed, I'm not overwhelmed, I'm not just in awe. It's like another pen to write with, I guess. I'm very underwhelmed. Let's compare some line widths. So this is going to be the fine of the Pelikan, and then I'm also going to compare it to the medium of the Jinhao, just so we can see how broad those lines are. And then here is a fine of the Esterbrook SD. I mean, all of those are pretty standard. So the Pelikan is a German pen, the Jinhao 82 is a Chinese pen, and the Esterbrook is an American pen. So all of those look similar in line width, so fine, medium, fine. That's pretty standard that I've seen from like Western fines to Japanese or more traditional mediums are pretty close together. This is a 𝗬𝘗 extra fine. And this is what I kind of was anticipating the fine of the Pelikan to be like, but it is definitely much juicier than that still. So final thoughts on this little pen here. I'm underwhelmed. I'm disappointed. I don't feel this was worth the money. Yeah, it's sad to me that this is $200 plus. You get a tiny pen, no gold nib. The mechanism for the piston fill is probably the best thing about this pen. The resin doesn't feel that high quality. It feels pretty cheap, honestly, even though it's considered a high quality resin. This feels like the same as one of my Jinhaos, like, which cost me $2 on AliExpress. So I guess I feel a little bit gypped, just because the price tag on this pen and what I'm getting don't match for me. Yeah, that's at least my first impression. I'm still going to keep writing with it. I'm still going to keep using it and see if it grows on me. Maybe this ink and this pen together wasn't a good choice. I'll try another ink in it at some point. It's just right now I'm feeling pretty crappy about this pen. Anyways, if you've ever used a Pelikan M200, if you have an M200 in your collection, please let me know about it down in the comments. Is there a specific way to use the pen that makes it just an amazing experience? Is there a specific nib size that's just the best one out there? I would love to hear your feedback on this pen if you have it in your collection or if you have an M200 in your collection in general. I do want to say that first impression of this pen has kind of put me off purchasing another Pelikan pen at this point. I don't know if I would even branch into the higher range of pens that they have, like the M400, M600, let alone the M1000s that cost $1,000. Like, the fact that this price point for this pen is what it is kind of irritates me, but I'm just going to leave it off at that before I just kind of keep going in this little loop here. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for joining me, for hanging out and checking out this new pen in my collection. Again, I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Just let me know what you've experienced if you've tried this pen before too. But for now, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.